In a quiet village, nestled among rolling green hills, lived a simple farmer and his 3 sons. The eldest, Jaka, was as strong as an ox, able to lift heavy sacks of grain with ease. The middle son, Kadek, was as swift as the wind, racing through the rice paddies in the blink of an eye. And then there was the youngest, Wuragil. He was small for his age and he often found himself watching from the sidelines as his brothers showed off their impressive talents. Whenever Wuragil had a clever idea, Jaka and Kadek would simply wave him away, too busy to listen to their little brother. They saw him not as a companion, but as a shadow that quietly followed them. One day, a deep sadness fell over their happy home. Their father, the heart of the family, fell gravely ill. His laughter no more longer filled the small hut, replaced by a weak cough that echoed with worry. The village healer was called. His face grim as he examined their father. He spoke in a low, somber tone, "There is only one cure. The legendary eternal flower, which blooms only once a century on the peak of the treacherous mystic mountain." Hope flickered, but the journey was known to be perilous, filled with dangers that had claimed men's brave souls. Without a moment's hesitation, Jaka declared, "I will go. My strength will clear any path." Kadek stood beside him, "Andy, my speed will get you," said Andy, but before the next sunrise. They were confident, their spirits high. Wuragil stepped forward, his small voice filled with determination. "Please, let me come with you. I can help." Jaka ruffled his hair dismissively. "Stay here, little brother. This is no more place for a child. You would only slow us down." Kadek nodded in agreement. "Protect the house, Wuragil. That will be your job." With their bags packed and their heads held high, the 2 older brothers set off, leaving a crestfallen Wuragil behind, his heart heavy with worry for his father and a sting of rejection from his siblings. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the village, Wuragil's anxiety grew. He couldn't just sit and wait. His father's life was at stake. With a newfound resolve, he packed a small bag with water, some rope, and his father's old book about the mountain's flora and fauna. Under the cloak of twilight, he slipped out of the house and followed the faint trail his brothers had left behind. The path to Mystic Mountain was even more daunting than the stories described. The air grew cold, and strange sounds echoed through the dense forest. Wuragil's heart pounded in his chest, but the thought of his father gave him strength. He soon reached a wide, gaping chasm that his brothers had clearly struggled to cross. Remembering a technique from his father's book, Wuragil gathered strong, thick vines and wove them together, creating a sturdy rope bridge. He secured it tightly to a large tree and carefully made his way across the terrifying drop. Further up the mountain, he entered a field of beautiful, glowing plants. While they looked enchanting, he recognized them from his reading as the whispering nettles, poisonous to the touch. He carefully navigated a path around them, his small size allowing him to slip through narrow gaps his larger brothers would have missed. As he climbed higher, the terrain became a sheer cliff face. And sir, at the bottom, he found them. Jaka was trying to climb, but his strength was useless against the smooth, vertical rock. Kadek was slumped against a boulder, completely exhausted from trying to find a faster way around. They looked up in astonishment as Wuragil appeared. "Wuragil, how did you get here?" Kadek asked, breathless. "You should have gone back," Jaka grumbled, frustrated by his own failure. Wuragil didn't gloat. He simply pointed towards a narrow, hidden ledge partially obscured by a waterfall. "You read about a secret path in father's book, the serpent's spine. It's safer and leads directly to the summit." Jaka and Kadek looked at each other, their pride humbled. Without another word, they followed their younger brother. Wuragil led the way, his knowledge guiding them safely along the winding, narrow path. He showed them which handholds were secure and which rocks were loose. Together, using Jaka's strength to clear fallen rocks, Kadek's agility to scout ahead, and Wuragil's intelligence to guide them, they finally reached the peak. And said it was, bathed in the soft moonlight, a single, luminous flower with petals that shimmered like captured starlight, the eternal flower. Carefully, they plucked the flower and began their descent, this time working as a true team. They returned to the village just as dawn broke. With trembling hands, they prepared the medicine and gave it to their father. A miracle unfolded before their eyes. Color returned to his cheeks, and the light came back into his eyes. He sat up, his voice weak but clear. "My sons, you saved me." Later that day, as the family sat together, a profound silence hung in the air. Jaka was the first to speak. He turned to Wuragil, his eyes filled with a respect he had never shown before. "Wuragil, I am sorry. We were fools to underestimate you. Your mind is sharper than any blade, and your courage is greater than any muscle." Kadek nodded, placing a hand on Wuragil's shoulder. "You are not a burden. You are our hero. You saved us, and you saved father." From that day on, everything changed. The 3 brothers were inseparable, their bond forged in the crucible of Mystic Mountain. They learned that true strength isn't just about being the biggest or the fastest. It's found in intelligence, in kindness, and in the courage to do what is right. Their family became stronger and happier than ever before, built on a new foundation of mutual respect and love. The story of Wuragil, the forgotten youngest son, became a quiet legend in their village, a gentle reminder that you should never judge someone by their size or appearance, for within every person lies a unique and precious gift, just waiting for its moment to shine. Thank you for watching. We hope this story touched your heart. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales of courage and wonder.